Hello, Mike. What's going on, bro?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Man, I'm doing well, bro. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on the program. I was doing my research on you, and so far we have one thing in common. We're both proud natives of the great city of New Orleans. So, just tell the audience in general, what part of the city did you grow up in?
I'm actually from the Fifth Ward, New Orleans, man. That's like our artsy district around the I'm from Dumaine, off that street, but it's around the Treme area, which is one of the first black-owned neighborhoods in New Orleans. So that's pretty dope.
Very interesting. Very interesting, man. Treme's got a colorful history. I grew up in downtown New Orleans as well, but I grew up in the city's 8th Ward in the St. Rock neighborhood. So
okay, yeah.
Right off of Franklin Avenue and North Johnson Street. So not just Treme and St. Rock, but there's just a lot of history, a lot of the neighborhoods in New Orleans. And Mike, New Orleans is a city where there's talent. There's a lot of music all around in the different neighborhoods. So where did your musical talents come from? Did it come from family members, or was it just something that you was a God-given talent?
Yeah, I think ultimately it was like something that was innate in me. But my mom also sings, man, and my dad he does a little music too. So I think that had something to do with it. And then coming up, of course, I was in the church home, and then in the choirs and everything. So that kind of just pushed me in the direction of music, and singing in school and everything like that. Just the kind of like the response I got from like my classmates and things like that. It kind of pushed me to keep going. So yeah, I'll say that those are like a lot of the influences like coming up.
Awesome, that's great to hear. Now, before we get more into detail about your career, who were some of the influences that shaped your career?
I feel like I don't know. I listen to so much, so I know one of them I'm gonna say is gonna be like like Michael Jackson, people like Nas, like far as like the lyricists of the world, and like the more phenomenal people. I always say R. Kelly, man. I know a lot of people get mad at me, but man, like far as musically, man, a lot of people like those, like the greats, kind of like shaping Prince, people like that.
Let's go right into your music career. When you started off in the music business, were you a part of a group, or was this something that you did just solo right from the jump?
Initially, yeah, I was in a group. Man. We had met a manager my senior year. I graduated, and he started working with us. But I don't know if it was like the matter of like the personality, too many personalities thing, But ultimately, he just decided to work with me, and then that was like in 2012. So that's when I became a solo artist. I just started, doing my thing. I've always wrote music all my life. I started writing in 4th grade, but I was always like rocking with my brothers and my friends, like as far as like singing together and harmonizing. I always enjoyed that.
All right, that's great to hear. Now let's talk a little bit now. Let's go deep into your music career. Now you had an album was called A Mind and a Mic. Now, so tell our audience just a little bit about the creative process behind a Mind and a Mic.
Pretty much, I just wanted to take people in my head. My name is Mike Ventress, and I always, if you listen to like my music, I always sing "Hand Me My Mic," like my microphone at the end of all my songs. Kind of just like a play on words because my name is Mike. So I just kind of wanted to take people to the world and to the mind of Mike Ventress, and like the music, and like for like my experiences, like and my pain and my passions, just kind of in one EP in 15 tracks. Just kind of give a synopsis of me, and my creativity, my some of my preferences, like just stuff like that.
Okay, that's cool. And I'm looking at the track list on the EP, as you said. It's 15 songs on it. Now, on your YouTube channel, one of the songs that you have on the album is called "About to Get Arrogant." Can you just tell us kind of like what the song is about?
That was a song I wrote. I was dealing with a few people, like as far as business, and the business always went bad. It's like I didn't know enough, so I always got like manipulated. So it was just like, and I was dealing with reaching out to a lot of people at the time, and they would like turn the other cheek. So that song, it was just like, man, I realized what I got to do. I didn't got business savvy, and it's like I don't need no handout. So it's like when I get in the position that I'm gonna get, those people, I don't want y'all to, look at me for anything, because I got a reason to be arrogant or whatever. It was just me expressing myself really in the song.
All right, interesting. And also you had some other songs like Misery Loves Company and also Champagne. And then now let's go for you continue to move forward in your career, Aphrodisia. Now I've heard a couple of tracks off of this. It's kind of more of still in the R&B, but also more of a slower tempo. Just kind of describe the creative process behind Aphrodisia.
Aphrodisia was more of me tapping into like that soul aspect of myself. Just kind of letting people know, like, just showing my range, everything that my voice has, to like the many dynamics of my voice and the many styles. Like, and I want to slow it down to give like the women more of a or something to vibe to, more of a story, something to follow like that, So that was pretty much just me tapping into like the soul aspect, the soul man side of Mike Ventress.
Kind of go in detail if you can about the creative process behind the song "Man on the Ledge."
Yeah, "Man on the Ledge" was kind of just about being in a relationship, and it feels like you didn't give it all you had up until the point where you feel like you had nothing to offer. So it's like you out on a limb, for a person that really wasn't showing. Or giving that same energy, really. So it was just about being done with a situation and just looking for like closure, like why, just why, and the answer to that why,
All right, fair enough. And then let's move on now to your project titled Seventh Density Earth, and you have 7 songs on this project. One of the songs that's kind of like a slow tempo song called "You're Too Nice Tattoo," which is kind of like a slow with a little acoustic vibe to it. What was the process like behind creating that song?
That's one of my favorites. I actually collab with a guy, shout out to Nick Stones, a producer in Atlanta, Marietta. And we just kind of got together, we played the track, and that song kind of came about from a kind of similar experience we both had, and we just was like, you know what, we all dated this girl. Well, she was like real attractive, but she wasn't edgy enough, or she just she didn't do the things that the baddies did, online or whatever you would call them, but she was a good girl. So it's just, but if she got a tattoo with you or something, or she took a shot with you every now and then, if she went to the bar, it'll just kind of make the relationship better. So that song was just kind of like just expressing to the woman, like, if you just, live a little, this what happens. This is because this is what I want.
Okay, solid. So, yeah, our thing on that was, are you signed to a label, or do you have your own label? What's your label situation like?
No, I had a label called Kush King Entertainment, but no, I'm currently, I'm just an independent artist doing my own thing. I got a team, but as far as my management, I'm kind of self-managing, and me and my publicist and my team, we've taken the time out to just make sure we got the proper things, that we're taking the right approaches to what we're trying to accomplish and establish. So.
All right, fair enough. Let's stay with independent versus being signed to a major. Of course, not just in New Orleans, but really the South and the West Coast were pioneers for setting up their own shops, setting up independent record labels, from No Limit to Cash Money to Rap-A-Lot to Suave House to So Def, and also with E40 and JT the Biggest Figure. Those guys have set up independent labels. Were those guys your motivation in terms of doing your own thing, or was it just something that you wanted to do on your own from the jump?
Nah, man, I'd definitely give it to those guys. I'm actually friends with a few of the No Limit cats. Master P and them. I know a few of the Cash Money producers. So And they told me, man, because I had a few managers that kind of led me to the getting out in the street, pushing the CDs and the flyer kind of thing. Because at first I was a little scared, not really scared, just more so not really having a direction to go in. So it just made me timid on how I would look to people, but they pointed me in the right direction. But nah, man, they'll tell you, man, like it's better to kind of build it from the ground up to get loyal people to support you. That way, no matter what happens, no matter if the media try to make you, look a certain way or whatever, those loyal fans will still rock with you to the end. So they'll tell you to learn your business and to save your money and, to grind like that, do the footwork because that's more profound. So I definitely give it up to those guys, man. Those are definitely big inspirations. Cash Money, No Limit, a couple other people.
All right, fair enough. So I want to ask you: is it better? Do you enjoy the independent hustle, or at times do you wish you had kind of like a backing from a major label?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that machine is always substantial. Depending on what you're trying to accomplish. I would rather collab on projects with major people. Just to have a little more freedom, like some of the artists I follow, I see how they develop deals with these major labels and stuff like that, or even if it's a P&D deal, press and distribution, just to kind of get something that's more conducive for both parties or every party that's in on this, So that's kind of what I'm looking for, The independent is cool, but if it's a good label that's willing to do something conducive for both people, then ain't nothing wrong with that, because you could get a greater goal accomplished.
Okay, I hear that answer. Now we're gonna get back more into the music in just a moment, but this is a sports program, and again, being from New Orleans, I gotta ask you, did you root for any of the New Orleans sports teams growing up, or were you a fan of other teams?
Yeah, of course, the same thing. The Pelicans. Well, we were the 49ers, and then it became the Pelicans. But I was a Seahawks fan. But I think over the years I became more fans of players than the team. Now, so now it's like okay. I'm more like I'm more of fans of the players than the teams at this point. But definitely.
Okay, well, who are some of your favorite athletes that you like?
Well, I definitely like the Chris Pauls of the world, Anthony Davis, the Marshawn Lynch's, who else? Definitely Lynch. Marshawn, when he was playing, even when he retired, he still was killing me.
Yeah, Marshawn's pretty good right there. Yeah, I kind of miss watching him out there, man. But now I want to get right back to the music. I found a song. Of course, New Orleans is also not just home to the birthplace of jazz, but also home to bounce music. And you did a song called "Giving Me Life," but you did the bounce version with featuring 10th Ward Buck. Just tell our audience what that's about.
It's like you said, it's New Orleans is like the home of bounce. It's pretty cool, man. I want to do it for the culture, man. I mean, a lot of women follow me, and a lot of the women down here are big on like the bouncing, like the twerking, like when they go out to the clubs and stuff like that. I kind of wanted to do it for the culture, and being from New Orleans, I couldn't leave my city, empty-handed like that. So
All right, Mike. Well, tell the audience out there where they can find you on social media, and if you have a website, let them know that as well.
Well, yeah, if y'all on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, I'm on the Mike Ventress, M-I-C Ventress, on all platforms, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, Google Play, all things of that nature. If y'all got Instagram, if y'all go to my IGTV, you'll see like some of the music videos I have on there that aren't on YouTube. And as far as like staying updated on my future projects and things like that, I'm mostly on like Instagram or Facebook. But definitely add me on all social media sites.
All right, fair enough. So before we let you go, Mike, you got some ladies, female listeners that listen to the program. So just take them on out with something.
All right, let's see. One time for me, baby. Let me see you with that body one time. You know what I've been feeling, yeah. Wanna see them hips hurt when you got me like a guy you do. Got me looking like there's nothing that I wouldn't do, girl. I like it, girl. Yeah. Hand me my mic.
Well, you heard it from him. That's Mike Ventress, born and bred in the great city of New Orleans, also a singer-songwriter. And Mike, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us on the show.
Thank you for having me, brother. Thank you for having me again.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. What? Come on. Say what? I like her. Even though you put your hair back and leave it done. Come on. First you started on the top and now you're on the bottom. Now baby, ain't that fun? Here we go. Feel like I'm lazy around my waist and now we'll let you fall. 'Cause baby, you got you. Come on.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.